Welcome to a special review edition of Common Man Cocktails. Today we're going to review the Vodka Zinger. This is a product from ZingEverything. I think it's ZingEverything.com, and basically it's a small infuser. Now these guys get smart. What they started with is a way to infuse water, so you can make your own naturally infused waters. Where, let's say you wanted to make a strawberry water, and you do it my method, which is, this has vodka in it, but you throw them in a jar like this, you throw strawberries in there, you filter them all out. It makes a really large quantity, but what if you just wanted your own personal size, right? This is kind of a little big for personal size for what we're doing, but they've expanded it to make the Vodka Zinger. I don't think there's much difference between the Vodka Zinger and any other Zinger, so if you have a Zinger, you're already prepared. And so what you got, it's really a marketing thing, is a filter system on the bottom. So there's your top, you're gonna fill that with liquid. Boom. The bottom side, that's where the action happens. So like empty now, nothing in there, magic. There's these, they're not really blades, but they're like little crushy-like things. You throw some fruit in there, throw them in here, maybe give them a couple twirls. Regardless, when you put them on here, it's gonna twirl it up, and as it gets closer, you can see it already kind of grinding away. So you take your fruit, cut into smaller portions that would fit in something like this, maybe a few strawberries. I've tried a few things before I did this review. I've had this for a couple weeks. I've been trying to find crazy things to zing, which is where I came up with the starfruit idea. Of course, that's the popular theme this week. Most people by now have seen it, but my kids have a mocktail show called Mocktail for Kids. It's youtube.com/mocktail4kids. And they asked the question of the week, which was, what's the craziest fruit you ever had? So while dragonberry fruit or dragon fruit and a couple other ones have kind of topped the charts of that list, I like starfruit because I can get it, and it looks like a star. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a starfruit infusion, and we're going to do that by throwing some starfruits in here, just like so. Now, I'm not really concerned about their presentation per se. Maybe throw a couple extra in there, so I've got 4 starfruits. Top this right on the top, crush it up a little bit, maybe even really get at it. Now, the top here is your filter, so any juices that it makes, you will be able to filter out, and the liquid could filter in. We're gonna infuse vodka with starfruit. So what we're gonna do is put this on. You can already see some of the juices popping out. We're gonna take some vodka. From experimenting, I suggest fairly good vodka. So Tito's is good because it's very neutral and it doesn't give you a lot of burn, very crisp finish. Grey Goose, if you want to infuse the Grey Goose, I would say middle of the line where like the Absolutes and the Tito's fit. Maybe Russian Standard. I think they're even more expensive. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna fill it to your own personal desire. My personal desire is that bottle's gone. That's okay, because I bought another one for just these type of problems. I'm gonna fill it, probably about to here, so I'm gonna say probably 6 ounces or less. And the less you do, the more flavor you're gonna get. However, you could do the whole thing if you want. You might just leave it in there a little bit longer. Put that on the top, and what you can see is that the vodka has already fallen down in here. Now, when you tip it upside down, you can see the vodka starts to leave and the fruit stay, which is cool. So what I've been doing with my experimentation is taking it, really just letting all the flavors drip down into the main body, give it a couple shakes, throw it back down, wherever, and it'll fill back up, and it'll just continue to infuse, and it'll continue to absorb some of those flavors. And because this is gonna take anywhere from 6 hours, depending on what you're infusing, to maybe you can do some Skittles this way. A little Skittle in there. I don't know about the grinding process, but whatever. That's not the big thing with Skittles. They just have to sit. But you don't have to filter as much. So you throw your fruit in there, and then this is the end result. This is what occurs after about, this was infused for about 24 hours or so. I left it out and I'd shake it every now and then. Then I threw it in the refrigerator when I was done and let it sit in there for a while. This is the starfruit infused in Tito's vodka. That's why I ran out of the other bottle. So that was about half the container to make this. No idea what this tastes like. Well, I tried it once, but I can't even remember. It's been a couple days. Smells like starfruit. You can do other fruits. Strawberries. I'm trying to think of some other things. Strawberries definitely would work. I don't suggest blueberries. I tried that and it did nothing. It looked really cool. It was purple and blue, but it didn't have really any flavor. It was just vodka flavor. And I've done this blueberry infusion with sour mixes and stuff to try and get different nuances. Blueberries just don't work. The problem with blueberries is most of it's in the skin. And the skin isn't really, it just doesn't come out as well. I think it has to rest a lot longer, like a wine, to really get that blueberry out. Because the insides, they don't taste like much. So strawberries are pretty good for that. And anything that's crispy, juicy fruits, watermelon probably, some sort of melons may work. I'm just thinking like fruit-wise, maybe grapes could have a blueberry issue. So get crazy. But my goal was to make starfruit vodka. Why? Because I've never seen it before. I could buy strawberry vodka. It's probably cheaper than my time doing this. I don't know. But if you want to get creative and be able to do something yourself, there you go. You get starfruit vodka. Smells like starfruit. Really potent starfruit. Also, you want to shake this up before you drink it because there are still particles in here. Just like any infusion, they'll start to sit and settle. Give it a shake. It's got a little bit of a kick in the finish. Definitely neat and unique. Starfruit finish, not too sweet up front. I did, by the way, add something to this. I'm going to give you a secret. This one doesn't have it right now. I put in a ½ ounce of simple syrup. Put that in, put the starfruit in there, and I let it sit for like 10 minutes, shook it around a little bit. Then I brought the vodka in to bring out that sweetness. Because some of the other infusions, you get those flavors of the berries and whatnot, but you don't get that residual sweetness that you get from a store-bought brand. So if you're looking for a very natural infusion, which is great for waters and stuff, that's one thing. But when you're making a vodka, you're going to see a different taste profile when you leave out that simple syrup. So there's a little bit of sweetness in here that I added through making my own simple syrup. If you could buy your own cane sugar, whatever you want to do. Maybe even be able to throw sugar right in the bottom and not even boil it. It'll eventually mix in. That might work. Smooth, elegant, and the best part, you give this to somebody, they will have no idea what they're drinking. They will try. It tastes tropical, but if they're not huge starfruit tasters and eaters that just sit down and mow on starfruit, they're never going to get it. Unless you do this. Now, you've got your starfruit vodka martini, right? Done. So there you go. That is a little example of how you can use the Vodka Zinger. Let me see. I have one note. I think it was 26. They're $26 for one of these on Amazon. You may find them cheaper or more expensive elsewhere. That was the first place I looked because I always go to Amazon first. I'll link that in the description if you guys want to check it out. $26, quite honestly, it's kind of hard to go wrong if you can get it for that. Europe, I don't really know, but consider what you could do with vodka, then try it with rum. Hell, try it with seltzer water, just regular seltzer water, club soda. Infuse it. See if you get like a carbonated version of a neat little spirit. Non-alcoholic way. So there you go. Couple examples. There's the rest of our starfruit. We're done for the day. Question of the day. Let's see. I got it. I'm going to stick with the theme that my kids started. Are you a fan or know anybody that is a fan of non-alcoholic cocktails? Write it. I think we're done. Yep, we're done. We're teaching how to drink.